Breaking news po ito mga kababayan. Magugulat po kayo. Senator Marcoleta, ginisa itong si Gatchalian at itong si Gibo Chodoro at si AFP Romeo Browner dito po sa usapin na budget ng AFP. So marami pong mga butas ito mga kababayan. At dito po magkakagisaan po sa flood control. Naku po, panoorin po natin mga kababayan.
Its attached agencies amounting to 305.5 billion pesos. And the breakdown is as follows. For the Office of the Secretary, 2.3 billion pesos. For the Government Arsenal, 2.8 billion pesos. For the National Defense College of the Philippines, 300 million pesos. For the Office of the Civil Defense, 2.6 billion pesos. For the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, 1.6 billion pesos. For the Veterans Memorial Medical Center, 4.9 billion pesos. For the Armed Forces of the Philippines, 290.7 billion pesos. Of the 290.7 billion pesos allocated to the AFP, 145 billion pesos is for the Philippine Army, 60.3 billion pesos is for the Philippine Air Force, 59.9 billion pesos is for the Philippine Navy, and 25 billion pesos is for the General Headquarters AFP and AFP-wide service support units. We likewise submit to the body for the body's consideration the fiscal year 2026 proposed new appropriations of the revised AFP modernization program in the amount of 60 billion pesos under the program appropriations and another 30 billion pesos under the unprogrammed appropriations. Maraming salamat, Senate President.
All right, thank you. The Senator Dante Marcoleta is recognized to interpret.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for time accommodation in order to fulfill a very important social obligation today. Mr. President, I'd like to start with defense alliances with the United States, Japan, and Australia. The first question is, to what extent does the 2026 budget assume U.S., Japanese, or Australian support in case of a major WPS contingency?
Well, Mr. President, there's no particular item for the U.S., Japan, and Australian arrangement. It forms part under the visiting forces arrangement, Mr. President. And the exercises being conducted is subsumed under the operational budgets of the different agencies, Mr. President. So there's no particular item for the U.S., for Japan, for Australia. It's subsumed under the exercises being conducted and subsumed under those budgets, Mr. President.
And that will mean, Mr. President, that no critical capabilities are still being outsourced from these allies.
Si Gatchalian na nauutal-utal dito eh. Mukhang hindi niya alam yung ginagawa. Ayan, ginisa kay ni Marcoleta. Ayan, yari kayo dyan. Naku po. Hindi na masagot ni Gatchalian ito.
Mr. President, the arrangement between our allies is focused on different aspects, no? Intelligence sharing, cybersecurity partnerships, as well as interoperability arrangements. We also purchased a large amount of our modernization from our allies, particularly Korea and the United States.
Wait lang mga kababayan na, 'di ba meron tayong pinalabas na bakbakan doon sa Maguindanao. Ni drone ng Philippine Army, wala po. Tignan nyo ang budget, 300 billion plus. Ni drone ng Philippine Army, wala. Yun yung reklamo ng sundalo kaya na-ambush sila kaya sabi niya importante na may drone tayo. Yun, wala pala. Ayun, na-ambush pa sila. May mga nasugatan na sundalo. May mga casualties na tinamaan ng bala. Kung may drone yan, di ma-i-intercept yung darating na kalaban, makikita agad dun sa drone. Yun, wala. Sabi nung sundalo, ano ba yan? Wala man lang tayong drone. 3 billion ang hinihingi. Naku po, mga kababayan ko.
But Mr. President, if we consider the Mutual Defense Treaty between the United States and the Philippines, a treaty which was signed in 1951, I don't think the United States is accomplishing its obligation under the treaty, more particularly Article 2. May I cite that particular provision, Mr. President? Article 2 of the Mutual Defense Treaty says that in order to more effectively achieve the objectives of this treaty, parties, meaning the U.S. and the Philippines, separately and jointly by self-help or mutual aid, will maintain and develop their individual and collective capacity to resist armed attack. Can we say, Mr. President, that at present the Philippines is capable of resisting armed attack?
Si Browner, nanginginig na.
The answer from the Department of National Defense depends on the degree of the armed attack, Mr. President. And that's why we have interoperability exercises with our allies, Mr. President, so that we can be prepared for any eventuality, including disaster preparedness, Mr. President, which is, I think, a much more critical preparedness activity that we need to endeavor.
The treaty, Mr. President, did not distinguish the nature and kind of armed attack. It just said both parties should be capacitated to repel armed attack. So the question is our country in a position to repel armed attack? Let's say from Vietnam.
Well, it really depends, Mr. President, on the degree of the armed attack, Mr. President. So
You should consider the strength of the Vietnamese army. Can we just... we cannot imagine how much force or what is the extent of armed attack. These countries who may want to attack us will not tell us. Kaya nga, paano natin magagamit yung Article 2? Is it not proper for us to at least make ourselves capable of whatever attack? That should be the ideal objective. And the Mutual Defense Treaty should be able to accomplish this. This is the main objective. That's why I'm asking you, Mr. President.
Sabi nga ni Browner, makikipaglaban muna tayo sa, halimbawa, sinugod po tayo ng China, 30 days muna tayong magtiis bago dumating yung Amerikano. Kayang-kaya daw nating lumaban kung sino man yung aatake sa atin. Kasi ang Amerika po, pag-uusapan pa po sa kanilang Congress o Senado, yung gagawing reinforcement para tumulong sa Pilipinas. Sabi ni Browner, okay, we can fight with our own battle in 30 days. Baka abo ka na lang, Mr. Browner. Baka abo na lang yung Pilipinas. Di ba? Di ba sinabi niya nung nakaraan yan? We can fight with ourselves. We can defend the country in 30 days. without any reinforcement from other alliance of the country. Kaya ba natin yun?
Mr. President, one of the aim of the DND is to continue to modernize our capability, Mr. President. That's why we have allocated 60 billion pesos in the budget to continuously support the modernization of our armed forces, Mr. President.
But that is not answering the question, Mr. President. I'm asking whether our country is in a position to repel armed attack. This is the objective of the Mutual Defense Treaty. If we continuously hide upon the argument that we are perennially being assisted by the United States, Japan, and Australia, we're compromising our sovereignty and strategic autonomy, Mr. President. So ba't meron pa po tayong Mutual Defense Treaty? We cannot even answer the simple question.
Mr. President, with the present capability and the continuous upgrading of our military capability, the objective is to deter instances like what you have mentioned, Mr. President.
You're saying, Mr. President, we are in a position to deter, for example, China from attacking us? Can we now deter China from attacking us?
Yes, Mr. President, the Secretary answered in the affirmative.
So what are the deterrents? Or what is the deterrence, Mr. President?
Well, Mr. President, as we have seen in the news that our troops are continuously training, continuously holding exercises with our allies. So with the capability of our troops and also with the...
Ayan mga kababayan, sa kaalaman ng lahat, yung deterrence po, paano mo pipigilan? Halimbawa, yung China, aatakihin yung Pilipinas. Paano po sila pipigilan? Paano natin sila re-resbakan? Meron ba tayong parang Israel na meron po tayong rooftop sa langit? Yung air defense system, mga kababayan, na kahit libo-libo yung itama sa Pilipinas, kayang-kayang pigilan ng air defense system. Gaya po ng Amerika at Israel. So kaya ba nating i-deter yun? Halimbawa, sinugod tayo ng China, kaya ba natin hadlangan ito? O di nila masagot, mga kababayan. How, di ba?
Partnership with our allies, Mr. President, these are the components that can bolster our deterrence, Mr. President.
They're here.
Para sila mga estudyante, mga kababayan, hindi makasagot-sagot Pag si Senador Marcoleta talaga nandyan, ako po, mangangamote kahit kapwa niya senador Tignan si Gatchalian. Siya kasi yung pinaka-sponsorship dyan. Siya po yung nagsasalita sa mga katanungan. Kaya yung si Bronner at Gibo, hanggang hanggang binubulong-bulong kay Gatchalian. So tuloy pa natin. Ako, sungal-ngal tuloy si Gatchalian dito.
That is the only answer that you can provide, Mr. President.
Mr. President, that is the objective of the Department of National Defense, Mr. President.
But, Mr. President, I'm asking in relation to the Mutual Defense Treaty. This is a very important treaty. It is, I think, 74 years old. If we maximize that treaty, hindi naman po siguro tatagal. After 74 years, hindi pa po natin masabi na kung ano ang ating napala dito sa Mutual Defense Treaty. Mas matanda pa po sa akin ang treaty ito, Mr. President.
Well, Mr. President, from my observation, yung interoperability, yung balikatan exercises is a clear evidence that we are operationalizing the treaty. Yung treaty ho, papel lang ho yan Kung hindi ho nating ilalagay yan sa action through the balikatan exercises, through modernizing our capability, to coming up with our own modernization program, hindi ho talaga magiging beneficial yung treaty na yan. So makikita naman ho natin na tuloy-tuloy po ang paglalaan po ng pondo sa ating AFP at tuloy-tuloy rin po nila ginagawa yung kanilang makakaya with the limited budget that we have. No? Sana ho mas malaki, but with the limited budget that we have, yung kanilang mga exercises para po makaresponde ho sila kung ano man ang pwedeng mangyari.
Sabi po nyo kanina, Mr. President, wala naman po tayong na-outsource sa ating mga partners. It is inconsistent, Mr. President. Tinatanong ko po kanina, gaano po sa ating budget ang ma-assume natin na suporta mula sa tatlong mga kaibigan natin? Ang sabi po ninyo, wala.
Yeah. May nabanggit ko ho kanina, like for example, intelligence sharing, nabanggit ko rin, nasabi ko rin ho kanina yung cybersecurity capabilities and cybersecurity capacitation. Yun po yung mga ilan sa mga ina-outsource ho natin at partnership. Hindi lang ho outsourcing, but in my view, these are partnerships. Ang mundo ho naman ay interconnected na ho ngayon at hindi ho natin pwedeng sabihin na tayo lang ang gagawa. So we have partnerships with our allies, Mr. President. But a more detailed discussion should be limited to a executive session, and the Secretary is more than willing to brief His Honor on the details of those outsourcing and partnership, Mr. President. Marami ho dito may national security concern, pero open naman po ang ating secretary na pag-usapan yan through an executive session.
What clear red lines and conditions has the Philippines communicated to the US, Japan, or Australia regarding the use of EDCA sites, yung joint patrols po natin and exercises, so that our territory is not used for offensive operations unrelated to Philippine defense and security?
Yeah. Well, under the Constitution ho, hindi ho pwede silang magtayo ng base militar ho dito. So itong mga EDCA sites ay ginagamit ho to for joint exercises as well as disaster preparedness. So ang may-ari po ng mga lupa ay tayo pa rin, ang Pilipinas pa rin. Ang nag-ooperate rin po ay tayo pa rin, ang Pilipinas pa rin. So wala ho silang responsibility sa pag-ooperate ho nun.
Given the inclusion of EDCA, Mr. President, EDCA sites near Taiwan Strait and the WPS, what risk assessment has DND made that these facilities will not become targets in a possible US-China conflict, not our own making?
Based on the reply of the good secretary, their risk assessment is very low, Mr. President.
With the reciprocal access agreement with Japan, enhanced defense cooperation with Australia, what types of operations are explicitly ruled out on Philippine soil or in waters? Example, preemptive strikes, offensive cyber operations, long-range missiles deployments. If you can please specify, Mr. President.
Ang limitation po ay offensive operation and anything that will and anything that will pertain to engagement in war, Mr. President, as an instrument of national policy, Mr. President.
Mr.
Okay sana kung yung dalawa sumagot, no, para masupalpal, no? Para makita natin kung mabanggit yung 15 billion na usapan dito.
Mr. President, does the Department of National Defense agree that a decision of the Supreme Court interpreting and applying a provision of EDCA automatically becomes part of EDCA itself?
Taking bad pictures. Try this easy AI app.
Wait lang natin mga kababayan ha. Naku, baka umabot sa usapan nila Martin to ha. Magandang laban ito. Eh si Senator Marcoleta, alam niyo yung video yun eh. Aabot kaya yung balitaktakan na ito sa 15 billion na usapan nila? I-check natin. Kasi sa comment meron eh.
Mr. President, the reply of the Secretary, it's this positive portion reflects that, Mr. President.
Automatically becomes part of
Well, the question requires an answer either yes or no, Mr. President. What is the dispositive portion, Mr. President?
The reply of the Secretary, Mr. President, it's part of the ruling and it's part of the ratio decidendi, Mr. President.
Ano ibig
Yes,
sabihin?
of course, the decision of the Supreme Court always form part of our legal system, Mr. President. And we're referring to Ochoa, Sagisad versus Ochoa, Mr. President, where the Supreme Court interpreted Article 4 of EDCA regarding the unimpeded access of the U.S. to a military equipment, material, and supply that it has prepositioned in the Philippines. That is correct, Mr. President.
Mr. President, if that is in the
Wait lang mga kababayan. Kaya ba ni Tito Soto ito? Or Ping Lacson mga kababayan? Kaya ba nila yung ginagawa ni Marcoleta na yung ways of questioning? Halimbawa po mga kababayan ang masasabi nyo, kaya bang tumayo ni Pampilo Lacson dito at ni Iskul Bukol dito? Kung sakali sila yung nasa upuan ni Marcoleta? I doubt it mga kababayan. Eh ito pa lang, si Gatchalian pa lang nangangamotin
ruling, then that is correct, Mr. President.
And therefore, Mr. President, you have to agree that such interpretation of the Supreme Court should automatically form part of EDCA, correct?
yes,
Yes.
subject to the full Constitution.
And therefore, the DND has the legal mandate to implement that interpretation of the Supreme Court.
Yes, Mr. President, that's correct.
Ang sabi po kasi sa kasong ito, o decision na ito, Mr. President, it was interpreted, meaning Article 4 of EDCA, that the U.S. has unimpeded access only to those military equipment, material, and supplies that the Philippines has consented to be prepositioned on Philippine territory.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
could the DND please detail how exactly it is implementing that decision of the Supreme Court, specifically what consent mechanism it is using? Is it the Mutual Defense Board or the Security Engagement Board?
Well, Mr. President, all channels are
Boards merely recommend.
I was informed, Mr. President, that the boards are merely recommends, and the secretaries of the DFA and the DND are the ones who approve it, Mr. President.
When we say the boards, Mr. President, we're referring to MDB and the SEB.
Yes, Mr. President, correct.
How many come from the Philippine side, Mr. President? And what is the voting requirement?
It's 7-7, Mr. President.
Expertly flavored longganisa na noot linamnam.
Grabe, ang galing ni Marcoleta, no? Nangangamote itong si Gatchalian, pati yung si Gibo sa si Browner, natutulala na lang, Sa tingin nyo, kaya ni Lacson yan? Kaya ni Tito Soto? Naku po, magkalat yung dalawa, no?
Sa sarap, here.
Baka magkalat yung dalawa, no? Mga kababayan. Ano masasabi nyo, mga kababayan ko? I-comment nyo nga po. Kaya ba ni Lacson yan at ni Tito Soto? I doubt it. Ito po.
But the board is clear.
Has there been an instance, Mr. President, when the Philippines did not allow the U.S. to preposition a certain military equipment, material, or personnel?
Well, Mr. President, the Secretary relayed that they're not at liberty to divulge that the answer to that, Mr. President.
May we know the reason, Mr. President?
Maganda pala eh.
Well, Mr. President, because it forms part of the Mutual Defense Treaty, and it's also part of the operational security, and the President needs to approve the release of that information, Mr. President.
Mr. President, the armed forces of the Philippines mentioned that certain U.S. missiles should be prepositioned in the Philippines. Are these nuclear-capable missiles, Mr. President?
Mr. President, no, they're not nuclear missiles, Mr. President.
Mr. President, the 2006 U.S.-Bulgaria Defense Cooperation Agreement, the 2009 U.S.-Poland Status of Forces Agreement, and the 2014 U.S.-Australian Force Posture Agreement all explicitly require the United States forces to notify and obtain the exclusive consent of the host government regarding the type of defense equipment, supplies, or material to be propositioned. The U.S.-Australia agreement even provides for a snapback by the Australian Parliament. The Philippines, or the Philippine EDCA, does not have such consent provision. Why is the Department of National Defense not insisting on that insertion of such sovereign provision, Mr. President?
Well, Mr. President, that provision, the reply of the Secretary, the provision is not necessary because the guiding document will be the Constitution, Mr. President.
But, Mr. President, would not such sovereign provision ensure the independence of our foreign and security policies? Aside, of course, from the Constitution.
Well, Mr. President, any action in relation to the EDCA sites, the Philippine side will have the final say, Mr. President.
Mr. President, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces recently said that all the investigations into and protests against the government corruption are causing destabilization and benefiting China. Do you agree that the work of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee is destabilizing the Philippine government?
Well, personally, Mr. President, that's part of our mandate under the Constitution.
Yes.
And the investigation is in aid of legislation, Mr. President.
Kaya nga po, kaya hindi tayo nagdi-destabilize kahit na po tayo ay gumagawa ng pagdinig laban sa corruption na nangyayari sa ating bansa, lalong-lalo na po itong karumal-dumal na flood control projects na nakita po natin kung ano ang...
Mr. President, well, thank you, Mr. President, for asking that question. It gives the Chief of Staff the opportunity to clarify and also to straighten the answers, Mr. President. He never said that the investigation would lead to destabilization or any instability in our political system. What he mentioned is withdrawal of the support of the AFP will lead to destabilization. So, and that's very clear, Mr. President, the difference between the responsibilities of the legislature in aid of legislation and also the withdrawal of the support of the military, Mr. President.
Hindi talaga ni Marcoleta, no? Grabe mga tanungan niya, no? Talagang nagkakautal-utal itong si sponsorship eh. Hindi kasi pwedeng sumagot yung dalawa eh. Pero alam ko sasagot yan mga kababayan eh. Hahayaan ni Gatchalian na makipagdebate itong si Browner at Gibo kay Marcoleta. So, alam ko meron yan mga kababayan. Abangan natin. Ito po. Ito na, makikipagdebate na po si Marcoleta dito sa dalawa. Talagang mapipiga ang mga ito.
Do you agree in the Philippines One China policy? Do you agree with Japan that any forcible unification of China and Taiwan is a threat to Philippine security?
Well, Mr. President, the policy is we adhere to the One China policy. But of course, the actions succeeding to that will be subject for discussion, Mr. President.
And you do not agree with Japan?
Mr. President, for now that is hypothetical and it's yeah, correct. It's hypothetical, and that is the statement of Japan, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Vietnam's policy of no military alliance has enabled it to develop an indigenous capability to produce military drones. Do you think the Philippines should forever rely on external military assistance or try to stand on our own?
Well, that's the direction, Mr. President, to be self-reliant on our military needs, Mr. President. And hopefully, later on, we can invite investors to come here and build facilities that will manufacture drones and other military equipment, Mr. President.
Alam niyo mga kababayan, may capability ang Pilipinas po na mag-produce po ng kanyang sariling mga technology. Gaya ng mga baril, mga tangke, mga drones natin. Ayon sa napanood natin mga kababayan na inambush ng kalaban po sa Mindanao, yung army natin, any drone wala po. Isipin nyo, ang laki ng budget ng AFP na hinihingi ni drone hindi makabili mga kababayan. Saan napupunta yung budget? Di ba napakaganda na mayroon tayong sariling drone, yung AFP, bago sumugod yung bata-batalyon na gagawa at susugod sa operation, titignan muna yung kalaban dun sa bungad na pinapaliparan ng kalapati para makita agad, teka lang mga bossing, there is a problem in front of our batalyon. Let's stop for a minute. Let's cover up because the Maute group, the terrorist is in front of us, Mr. President. Please send the drone and missile the target. Di tapos dapat. Yun, wala pa. Walang gamit ang army. Nasaan ang hustisya dito? Ang laki ng budget. Binubulsa nyo. Yun yung sabi ni Gustavo ng Moro-Moro, Bulacan.
That's the aspiration, Mr. President.
But only if conditions will provide in order for this opportunity to come in the near future.
Mr. President, the proposal of the Department of National Defense is to amend the Self-Reliant Defense Posture Law. That will allow equity investments, Mr. President, in the Philippines, so that we can attract defense manufacturers to come here to the Philippines. Like, for example, Korea is a big defense exporter, and we can invite them to set up shop here, Mr. President. That is the direction.
So yan po yung balitaktakan, mga kababayan. Ang lupit nito. So ano yung sinasabi ng komento dito, mga kababayan? Ano yung sinasabi ng komento? Naku po, ano kayang mayroon dito ng mga comment? Ito yung mga bodyguard na mga honorable. Ganda ng apelyido ng isang nasa likod, Papera. Continue modernize our packet. Ang bilyones na nilaan sa defense, sa bulsa lang nila napupunta. Di naman maprotektahan ang mamayan, mga inutil, mga duwag. Ipadala mga yan sa Ukraine, maubos mga yan. Walang silbi, walang sundalo na silbi. Dapat may press release lagi mga nagagastos from the budget per department, monthly reporting at hanapin agad ng COA mga resibo. Bilyones na naman ang dyan sa West Philippines na yan para lang flood control. Bilyones ang mga budget ng AFP at defense pero hindi naman maprotektahan ang mamayan sa pagnanakaw ng bayan. Ang mga mukana na nakikita natin sa defense, mga bata-bata ng corrupt administration, sayang ang pera ng taong bayan sa pasweldo sa mga yan. Paalisin na yan sa Senado dahil traitor na tao, maki-China makapili yan. Walang hiya, Disar, grabe ka, one-sided para sa China, katulad lang nila Bulldog. Hindi na maramdaman ng taong bayan na nariyan ang AFP para ipagtanggol ang bayan, kundi para lang mangurakot at makiapid sa Amerika. Wala tayong pag-asa dyan sa mga sundalo. Nambola ka Gatchal yan, sabi mo, disaster preparedness, magagamit ang EDCA site, bumaha at maraming namatay, walang nakitang kano na tumulong sa oras ng kalamidad. Totoo yan. 'Di ba mga kababayan, walang tulong na hehetot sa Amerika. Isa talagang pusong itim ito si Gotcha. Ang AFP at DND sa ngayon ay binubuo ng mga clowns. Depends, unsatisfied kami kasi di naman people nagproteksyon nila, sariling interest. Kaya dapat mga lawyer ang mga senator para masasabon kung sa nagagamit ang mga pera ng bayan. Di makasagot kasi walang totoong proyekto kundi kurakot lang. Nako mga kababayan, sarap pala pag-usapan nito. Ito po, tuloy natin.
Inspiration is to produce our own technology, defense technology, Mr. President. But the department strongly recommends the amendment of the Self-Reliance Defense Posture Law. So that government can so the government can invest in research and development, as well as the government can invest in defense manufacturing investments, Mr. President. So because of that law, there are limitations in terms of what government can do in defense manufacturing, Mr. President.
I'd like to hear a better word, Mr. President, than aspiration. Parang aspiration, malayong-malayo pang mararating na. Can we use another term para kahit paano
the vision.
Hindi yung lilipad-lipad na...
The vision. The actualization, Mr. President. Yun naman talaga ho ang gusto ho natin because it also creates jobs and technology transfer. But it's as you know, the defense is also very complicated and the technology is not readily available.
Yes, Mr. President, talagang yun ang aking gustong tunguhan kasi can you imagine the Mutual Defense Treaty is 74 years old. Kahit papaano nating kwentahin ito, Mr. President, talagang wala. Pasensya na kayo kung exasperated ako pero
Mr. President, if you've seen the last 3 years, yung mga balikatan exercises had ramped up tremendously, Mr. President. And that's clear evidence that the Mutual Defense Treaty is doing its responsibility, Mr. President.
Yes,
goal.
but they fell short in being able to satisfy our requirement that our country is now in a clear position of being able to repel armed attack. Ayoko nang bumalik doon. Yung kasilangan punto ron Mr. President.
Well, Mr. President, last comment, actually under the leadership of Secretary Teodoro, doon po talaga nag-umpisa itong ramping up ng mga alliances with our like-minded partners, Mr. President. And with that, doon rin nag-umpisa yung investments rin ho natin sa modernization. Kaya this year, Mr. President, pinakamalaking modernization fund ang ilalagay po ng Senado para po makahabol ho tayo sa mga pangangailangan ho natin.
Yun po yung gusto ko sabihin, Mr. President. Nakabawi-bawi tayo ng konti dahil nandyan ang aking kaibigan, Secretary Gibo Teodoro. Kung wala pa siya dyan, paano na? Kasi hindi natin masasabi kung mananatili siya dyan. Pwede siyang...
yung palang punto nyo, Mr. President. Nakuha ko na ho.
Kaya nga Would you say that militarization rather than diplomacy is the main mode of dispute settlement of China?
No, Mr. President. Absolutely not, Mr. President.
Okay. So, ang main tool po natin is diplomacy insofar as the Philippines is concerned.
Yes, Mr. President. But it's at the same time, Mr. President, it's to our best and core interest to continuously modernizing our capability, Mr. President.
Yung po mga diplomatic efforts natin, ano-ano po yun? Sana hindi lang po mga diplomatic protest tsaka yung tinatawag nilang megaphone diplomacy. Are there actual negotiations and are there budgets devoted for these actual negotiations para yung diplomacy makita natin po talagang nag-ooperate?
Mr. President, under the budgets of the Department of Foreign Affairs, Mr. President, merong mga amounts there to continuously engage our partners as well as other countries in diplomacy, Mr. President.
So ano sinasabi ng mga komento? Ako, hindi na makasagot-sagot si Gatchalian. Kaya dapat huwag suportahan ang mga pro-China na politician. Bandang huli, halalamunin tayo ng buong buo katulad ng mukhang perang politiko. Sana tinanong nyo kung saan napunta yung 8 billion na insertion nila, Ko at Romualdez. Mga sundalo ngayon, lalo sa mga opisyal, feeling mga corporate workers na rin. Kung si disasters, daming na bahaan, walang disaster tumulong diwaw. Noon, mauti, rebel, ayaw tayong bentahan ng armas. Teodoro, pera-pera lang sa tayo nito. Gets ko sana yung mga kumukondena sa USA kung kinukondena din sana nila yung mga aksyon ng China. Sana po yung pinag-uusapan na mutual treaty, hindi yan sa G-Live. Kung sa akin lang sa executive session na yan. Evidence shows that the only problem, not just Asia wide but worldwide, are the Chinese and China. Hanggang monitor at press lang kaya ng Navy at PCG. Walang ginagawa na ikasasaya ng taong bayan. Kaya bigyan na lang ng maliit na budget dahil inutil rin naman pagdating sa West Philippine Sea. So yan mga kababayan, ang mga komento ng taong bayan galit na galit sa AFP. Kasi nga, alam nyo mga kababayan, alam nyo yung issue ng flood control, napakatahimik nila. They remain to the Constitution and not go to the politics issue. So nadadawit po sila sa flood control sa 15 billion na TICAS project. So kaya sila nababash at nahihila sa iskandalong ito. Pero hindi naman sinasabi na kumpirmado, may mga video kasi na lumalabas na 15 bilyones yung kanilang sinasabi. Akala mo sarili nilang pera, sariling pera ni Romualdez. Mga kababayan, di ba? Pera natin yun, taxpayer yun. Ano masasabi nyo? Kay Marcoleta, ginisa itong si Gibo, si Browner at si Gatchalian. Nagkautal-utal na. Hindi alam ang sinasagot. Ni drone ng army. Wala. Tapos ang laki-laki ng budget. Saan napupunta? Binubulsa nyo. Parang ghost project din. Ni drone, wala. Ano masasabi nyo? Di ba yung pinanood ko sa inyo, inambush yung army na bata-batalyon. Tapos may nasugatan. Sabi nung nasugatan, boss, wala man lang tayong drone, walang reinforcement. Okay sana kung beforehand, pinapalipad na yung drone para makita natin kung may nakaambang trahedya o bubulagiin tayo ng mga rebelde sa Mindanao. O ano masasabi nyo? Ni drone wala, tapos ang laki ng budget. Ediwiw. Mga kababayan, yan lamang po ang ating reaksyon. Isang like, isang share po at isang subscribe. Salamat po. Pero believe ako kay Senador Marcoleta. Ang galing niya. Mala Miriam Defensor Santiago. Malupit. Kaya ni Lacson yan at ni Tito Soto tumayo dyan. Natanong-tanongin si Gatchalian. I doubt it na kaya. Diba? Marcoleta matalino. Henyo. Genius yan. Pang-presidente yan. Balang araw. Vice President ni Sara. After ni Sara, Marcoleta. Di tapos sa laban. Pauwiin si Duterte. Tapos. Okay po? Mabuhay mga kababayan. Mabuhay. Salamat po sa inyong suporta. I-comment nyo. Mag-comment kayo na masasabi nyo dito.